everybody. Today we are debating evolution, and we are starting right now. One sec, folks. I am just going to include the audio capture on the live scene. So thanks so much for your feedback on that. That one challenge is that when we have people, the settings on OBS sometimes swap on us when I have somebody else do it from afar. And so give me 2 seconds. I'm pulling in the audio. But what I can say right now at the very start is we are very excited to have you here and want to let you know, folks, this is going to be a very exciting debate. In particular, want to let you know what we are going to do today is it's going to be 10 to 12 minutes from each side. Following that, we are going to have, after that, we are going to have open discussion after those opening statements. And also very excited to let you know that we are also going to have Q&A at the end. So if you happen to have any questions, feel free to fire those into the old live chat. And we are very excited for that, as that will be a lot of fun. Now, I've also got to adjust the labels in the video for 1 second. So just to let you know, they are not matched up. Just what I will do is want to remind you that all of the speakers' links are in the description box. So if you want to hear more, there is plenty more that you can hear from them. And I'm going to switch it over. So long day, folks. Give me 1 sec, and then I promise we will have it. So thanks so much. Really appreciate you being here. I am not sure what our dearest friend Praise has done, but do want to let you know a few things up front. In particular, super chats that are relevant to tonight's debate topic will be read, and in particular, things about people's past we will be skipping on, especially GMan's, and also want to let you know, just 2 seconds. I got like a little bit of a challenge here as this audio has just changed up on me. So give me 2 seconds, folks. But I am going to, let me just let the speakers quick mention. Well, basically we'll go right into the opening statements and I will fix this as we go. So what I'm going to do is kick it over to our dearest friends, Team Skeptic and Fight the Flat Earth, for their introduction. Gentlemen, thrilled to have you here, and the floor is all yours.
Cool. Thanks, James. Team, you there? I don't hear team. I don't hear anything. Hello?
Hello?
Oh. Yes. Hey, I can hear you now.
Yeah. Guess I couldn't hear. Okay, so I'm just introducing myself. I'm Team Skeptic, and I'm fucking here to party.
Yeah, me too. I'm here to rock this shit, and I'm FTFE. Thanks for having us on again, James. It's always fun to come and show up at Retard live. And we get 2 of them this time. Thanks.
If I can say something here real quick, I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I don't believe I'm going to learn nothing today, but I think the only thing I've learned so far since I've been in the room with these guys is that I'm retarded. Hopefully they got a larger vocabulary than that as we get started with this. And again, ladies and gents, that's all I've heard out of their mouth is GMan's retarded. Nothing new there.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Nathan Thompson. I run the official Flat Earth and Globe discussion on Facebook. We've got 132,000 members. We don't allow cursing or insults. My Instagram is The Globe is Flat. My flyers, or you can order flyers at flatearthflyers.com. And if you want to get a hold of me, it's flatearthflyers@gmail.com. I appreciate everyone being here. Hopefully we can keep the debate civil, stay on topic, and not resort to insults and that sort of thing. So looking forward to it.
Hey, guys, I saw something that said no audio, so I don't know if there's still no audio going on. Okay, good. So it's on us, right?
Yes.
All right, Fight, are you ready to rock?
Born ready, motherfucker.
All right, well, let's do this. Hey, guys. Hello, everyone in the chat. I'm Team Skeptic.
And I'm FTFE.
And tonight, we are going to be debating the topic of evolution with a couple of science deniers who have a combined IQ of 50.
And that's assuming that GMan has an IQ of 49. Now, I would like to thank GMan specifically for putting himself at a disadvantage by partnering up with someone as mentally deficient as Nathan Thompson.
Hey, can you guys using evolution?
It must have been due to some kind of court-ordered community service.
God, you guys are...
Shut the fuck up, Nathan. This is our time. Shut up.
You might need to mute him, James.
God damn. All right. It must have been due. Hey, G-Man, you must have Nathan as a partner due to some kind of court-ordered community service.
Either way, thanks for trying to make him feel, special. So, evolution is the process by which a species genetically changes over time due to pressures from its surroundings.
Yes, and these pressures can be natural, as we see with the kawaii crickets of Hawaii.
Or with artificial, as with the modern-day domesticated dogs. Today, we intend to show 5 pieces of evidence that support evolution.
Including one example of speciation that has occurred right before our own eyes. Now, first, let's talk about the rapid evolution of bacteria. Now, I'm going to be presenting a video here, so give me 1 second to get that video up. All right, give me 1 second.
So triggered already.
Okay. All right, so first let's talk about the rapid evolution of bacteria. And in this video right here, what we have is essentially a large agar petri dish with bands of increasing strengths of antibiotics. And I'm going to actually play this video and talk over it while it plays. So let me mute the sound so it doesn't affect you. Okay. So the first bands have no antibiotics, where culture of E. coli is added. The E. coli then spreads through the first band until it reaches the boundary where the second band begins, this time with antibiotics mixed in. The E. coli stops at the boundary of the first band until a random mutation occurs, allowing a mutated E. coli strand to successfully flourish within the zone of antibiotics. On screen, you can see where it says 0, 1, 10, 100, 1,000, they get stronger by factors of 10 as it gets closer to the center. All right, and then they're going to have the agar culture. The agar plate is black, so the bacteria is white. As you can see here, it reaches the first band where it reaches the antibiotics, and it can no longer move forward until it has a random mutation. This random mutation then allows the E. coli to spread forward, but it's a new strand of E. coli. It's a mutated strand of E. coli. And then again, at the second boundary, the bacteria stops as it encounters an area that's 10 times stronger than, has a 10 times stronger resistance. That is until another mutation occurs that allows the bacteria to thrive in that environment. Ultimately, this took about 11 days for the bacteria to evolve on its own and thrive in an environment that was 1,000 times stronger than the first band of antibiotics it encountered. The bacteria again appears white, and you can even trace its family tree back through its genetic mutations. This study was conducted by the Kishoni Labs and is direct observable evidence of rapid evolution.
Okay, right, you can go back to main screen now, James. Now the story of the three-spined stickleback. Faced with a sudden change in their world, the cleaning up of their once featured lake that they lived in, the homely little fish has faced a fundamental challenge of adapting or dying. And it turns out that three-spined stickleback smokes most any competition. Whilst evolution is usually expected to creep along over eons, the stickleback has managed to evolve in full speed reverse to cope with the cleanup of Lake Washington, according to a study led by researchers at Seattle's Fred Hutchinson Cancer Research Center. They found a rare example of an animal reverting to an earlier evolutionary version to survive a rapid change in its environment. Just 5 decades ago, Lake Washington was notoriously polluted, full of murky water festering with blue-green algae that thrived on the millions of gallons of raw sewage the cities pumped into it. Pollution cut visibility in the water to about 30 inches, and that was great for the stickleback, a rugged-looking customer with 3 sharp spines along its back, because it easily could hide in the murk from its primary predator, the cutthroat trout. Enter a $140 million cleanup of the lake launched in the late 1960s, at the time of one of the biggest pollution control efforts in the nation. Today, Lake Washington is swimmable again, with visibility reaching 25 feet. Lovely for people, treacherous for the stickleback. But to their surprise, researchers discovered that in the space of 4 decades, the stickleback evolved backwards to an earlier version of the species that had full body plating. Those ancestors were marine stickleback, a spiny armor-plated species that invaded fresh water around Puget Sound as the glaciers retreated some 10,000 years ago. Once they evolved to shed the bony plating covering their bodies from snout to tail, but in the 1960s, only about 6% of sticklebacks in Lake Washington were fully plated. Fast forward to today, though, and 49% of the stickleback sampled for the study were fully plated. The researchers found, and 35% were partially armored. Researchers surmised that this is because marine versions of the fish with armored plates invaded the lake and knew when the fish ladder was put in, mixing their genes with the unplated fish. So when the water was cleaned up, the fish were able to tap those genes to zoom backwards to their earlier plated version and armor themselves again against the cutthroat trout that suddenly could see and eat them.
Now, who doesn't like a luau? How about a luau with crickets? Or even better, a luau with silent crickets. The Kauai crickets of Hawaii have evolved male crickets who make no noise. This was due to the noise the crickets made when attracting a mate, also attracted a certain type of fly that would spray maggots all over the cricket, causing it to die and giving, a chance for the maggots to be born into flies. Ultimately, this environmental pressure caused the male crickets to evolve into silent crickets, which didn't attract the flies. One downside to this mutation, though, the silent crickets now have a harder time finding a mate, leading to a second evolution of sorts, and that is a behavioral evolution that leads to the silent crickets also being attracted by the mating sounds of the non-silent crickets and pushing the noisy crickets out of the way just before mating with the female, ensuring they pass on their genes. And no, Nathan, their adolescent crickets don't want any of your fucking flat earth flyers.
Right, so the London underground mosquito is a form of mosquito in the genus Culex. The Culex is a very common mosquito, hundreds or thousands of types of them, and they're not very harmful. But first discovered in the London Underground during bombing raids in the Second World War were the London Underground mosquito. They look the same as Culex pippins, but the London Underground or molestus mosquitoes behave in a very different way. Aside from being bird biting, the above-ground midge-like flies hibernate in the winter, needs blood to lay their eggs, and require a lot of space in which to mate. The new subspecies did not require any of these. These differences can be interpreted in a straightforward way as an adaptation to a subterranean life. Since there were no birds to feed on, they began feeding on mammals, mostly rats and humans. They mated in closed areas because they had to, and they even lost their tendency to hibernate in winter because there was no obvious seasons underground. So the London underground mosquitoes are so genetically different from other mosquitoes, they can't breed with other subspecies, and there are differences in both the mating behavior and the reproductive biology. While the surface mosquitoes form big swarms in order to pair off and breed, underground ones are not as abundant, so it's just individuals who choose each other to mate. This has all happened within the last 75 years within our generation and is clear evidence of speciation in a rapid manner.
Now, for the meat and potatoes, an example of speciation that we humans have seen with our own eyes. In 1973, Peter and Rosemary Grant set out on a journey to either refute or confirm Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection for themselves. What they believed to be a 3-year venture turned into a 39-year study that had them spending 6 months out of every year on Daphne Major, one of the many islands that form the Galapagos Islands.
During this time, they noticed that when environmental pressures change due to excessive rain and drought or other extreme weather, there would be a reactive change in the population of finches on Daphne Major within a couple of generations. For instance, during times of extreme drought, the number of seeds were reduced, leaving mainly larger seeds to support the finch population. This environmental pressure caused finches with larger beaks to thrive better and have a better chance to reproduce, whereas finches with smaller beaks weren't able to receive the energy needed to live long enough to reproduce.
This led to the population of finches on Daphne Major to be primarily composed of finches with larger beaks than generations previous. Now enter Geospiza conorostris, Geospiza conorostris, more commonly known as the cactus finch. It appeared on the island and was the only known member of its species on that island. It was native to another island which was about 60 miles away and may have been pushed onto the island via a storm. What separates the cactus finch from other finches on the island is its size and dietary requirements. It was much bigger than the other finches, and it could eat both big and small seeds, as well as it had the ability to take in nutrients from other plants on the island, a trait that the native finches didn't have.
With these advantages, the single cactus finch stayed on the island and began mating with the females of the native species of finches, resulting in hybrids. Normally, hybrids can't mate, but in this instance, the hybrids were able to mate, and mate they did.
And in 2012, the Grants counted 23 individuals and 8 breeding pairs, ending their scientific study once and for all. In 2017, they returned to the island to confirm that the cactus finches of Daphne Major were indeed genetically different from every other species on and off the island, giving us a clear example of speciation that has occurred right before our own eyes.
And with that, we turn over our time to GMan and the half-wit.
Issues at the front end. Appreciate it, folks. You guys are the most loyal people. I honestly, I just really do appreciate you hanging out here, especially with all these little blips and glitches on my end. My fault, folks. But very excited to have you here. And with that, we will kick it over to GMan and Nathan Thompson. The floor is
I have a screen share that I would like to show here real quick, if you don't mind, Nate. I'm sorry, not Nate, James. Right,
you got it.
We just do my quick screen share here. I apologize for all of you that had to sit through that, but let me actually play something here for you guys, because apparently they didn't know this.
I'm skeptical of the claim.
I'm skeptical.
We are skeptical of claims for the ability of random mutations
And natural selection
To account for the complexity of life. A careful examination
of the evidence
for Darwinian theory should be encouraged. I'm skeptical of claims for the ability of random mutations
and natural selection
to account for the complexity
to account for the complexity of life.
Careful examination
of the evidence
For Darwinian theory
should be encouraged.
Okay, so you can kill my screen share there, James. Okay, cool. I apologize to everybody that had listened to those ad hom attacks and their opening statements. I know they're trying to entertain the atheist community. That's all they can do. There's not a lot of education in this community whatsoever. My friends, listen, they did a phenomenal job proving that fish can become fish and birds can become birds. Listen, I already believe that. I believe that if a bird gives birth to an animal, it's going to be a bird. And I believe that if a fish is going to give birth to something, it's going to be a fish. You don't got to convince me of that. I know. I see it every single day. Microevolution or variations within the kinds have been shown all the time. Let me tell you what we don't see and why ad hom attacks ain't going to save their behinds tonight. All right. I don't know who they were debating prior to debating me and Mr. Thompson, but they're going to have to step up their games. You see, I got a problem here. You see, I want to know how the heck can a mutation create new anatomical features? And I warned this community yesterday. After I heard PZ Myers, you're going to love this, Nathan. PZ Myers said in the video with, I forget his name. He was on this documentary. And apparently human beings are fish because, because they have a vertebrae and we have a vertebrae. They have a spine and we have a spine. But apparently human beings are also apes. I don't know how you can be a fish and an ape at the same time. I know that has to do with taxonomic classifications or taxonomic opinions, because that's all it is. It's not science. Science deals with experimentation and observation. In order for macroevolution to actually be true, you got to actually be able to see it, you got to be able to test it, and you got to be able to prove it. And nobody, and not no evolutionists has been able to prove this. What we have been able to do is be able to show commonalities and show that intelligent design is actually a thing, ladies and gents. So that's the first thing that they got to worry about. The second thing that they got to worry about is the fossil record. I've been told over and over and over and over again that there are these millions of transitional fossils that exist out there in these transitional forms. Really? I would like to see evidence for that, because if you don't, I'm sorry, Darwin's theory needs to be flushed down the toilet with the rest of the things that's in the toilet paper, the fecal matter, and everything else that is there. So my question for Team Skeptic when they come back, are they fish or are they apes or are they giraffes? Is it true that they share a common ancestor with tomatoes and strawberries and orangutans and all those other things? If they do, then you're going to have to be explained to me how a mutation or a mistake can actually account for new anatomical features. And in case you guys don't know what an anatomical feature is, those are limbs. You know what I mean? Something that already existed. You know what I mean? Like, for example, something that didn't already exist. I have an eye already. So a mutation is supposed to give me another eye. And that would be a mistake in the genome or whatever, right? In order for your argument to have any, in order for your argument to hold any water, you're going to have to be able to show me something that I don't already have coming from a mutation. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm sorry, there's a reason why I played that video at first, because there's a lot of scientists and that list is growing and growing. There's 1,000 signatures on here, and they're all questioning the theory of evolution. So I'm sorry, guys, you got a lot of work to do. You got to do something other than ad hom attacks. All right. So when we're talking about evidence, we're talking about demonstrable and empirical evidence based on the facts. I don't care about your opinions. I don't want to hear about your imaginations. I don't want to hear about your like how you guys mess with Lucy, which you better be prepared to talk about today. I don't want to hear about you guys because you ran out of funding, as you guys decided to make up a story about some leg that you found or whatever. You know what I mean? 2 miles away or whatever. You know what I mean? I want to know how you can have 60% of a skeleton and actually come to the conclusion, hey, it looked kind of human to us guys. If you can just imagine this, and you can kind of imagine that. Even Richard Dawkins even said that intelligent design could actually be a thing. So be prepared to actually use your brain in this debate, because I'm not in the mood for your ad hom attacks, and I expect to be taught something here today other than they're stupid and they never thought it, like a Neanderthal would, because that's how you're acting. Go ahead, Nathan.
I just want to first shout out the channel, guys. I'm a Patreon of the channel. So if anyone else supports the channel, enjoys what they see here, please support James, and what he does is a lot of work, guys. An honest man, when proven to be wrong, must either admit that he is wrong or he no longer remains to be an honest man. And the truth is incontrovertible. Malice will attack it with ad hominem insults. Ignorance will try to deride it with fallacious arguments. But in the end, the truth is always going to stand. And love is patient and kind. You know, I've been talking to Craig and Team Skeptic. I flew to Dallas to debate Team Skeptic in person. Love does not demand its own way. It's not irritated. It keeps no record of anything anyone ever does wrong. Does not rejoice in iniquity, but rejoices in the truth. And love never gives up, never loses hope, is always faithful, and endures all things. So with that in mind, I'm going to endure this debate. But the truth of the matter is mainstream science has been hijacked. We're not being taught the truth in schools about anything. In fact, schools were not designed to educate people. They were put in place to indoctrinate people. Now, what's interesting is, I don't know if GMan shares this, but we all grew up going to school and being taught that evolution was real and that we live on a ball in the solar system. These are all accepted facts for the test. But one thing you learn being an American is you can grow up and you can grow out of those ideas and those beliefs. You're free to think for yourself. And that's really what this requires, to step out of, the belief that 19 hijackers with box cutters took down the World Trade Centers. Takes some critical thinking and free thought. To realize we never went to the moon takes some critical thinking and free thought. To realize that we don't live on a spinning, tilted cartoon in space takes some free thought. So does this idea with evolution, guys. Now, Craig and Team Skeptic will assert that we are science deniers, but no, GMan and I, we represent thousands of PhD scientists that are saying there's no real science to support the idea of evolution. Now, Craig and team gave multiple examples of speciation or microbiology, microevolution, which GMan and I will agree. Yeah, birds turn into birds, fish turn into fish, E. coli turns into E. coli. So, I mean, I don't know where these guys are coming from thinking that we don't understand that things do change over time. Now, are they adding new anatomical features? No. Are we witnessing this transformation in the fossil data? No. So, like I said, fish are going to be fish, birds are going to be birds, E. coli is going to be E. coli. If these guys want us to believe that all life came from single-celled organisms that evolved over time and our ancestors are all sponges, like Professor Dave will assert, well, they're going to have to prove it because so far they haven't. They have given examples of microevolution and speciation, which I think GMan and I will agree, things change over time. They do not add new anatomical features. And according to entropy and the laws of thermodynamics, things are not getting more organized with time. Things are not moving towards order with time. They are moving towards disorder with time. That's why we're seeing more disease, more viruses, more handicaps and stuff. We are not getting better at all. So this idea that, eventually we're going to grow wings and fly, or, we're just going to soar through space like the Jetsons, is your SpongeBob imagination. It's not real science. That's what I got to say. Thanks for having me on the show, James. Really appreciate it.
You bet. And with that, thanks so much, gentlemen. We are going to go into the open discussion portion of this evening's event. So hopefully things don't go off the rails too much. Okay, gentlemen, the floor is all yours.
Well, I'd like to start because Nathan just said we don't see new anatomical features when literally everything we just presented was new anatomical features. The crickets, they have a new, the wings on the crickets are changing so that they're silent, so that they don't attract the flies. That's an anatomical change.
The wings they had wings.
Mosquitoes, the mosquitoes, one of the mosquitoes is now able to feed on mammals, not just birds. That's an anatomical change in the mosquito. What else was it what was the other one?
The three spine spickleback. They have literally changed their physiology to have plating that they didn't have a few decades ago. That is a new anatomical feature that they did not have.
The finches of Daphne Island all have different beaks. No, I'm answering your claim. You say that we didn't present anything.
We go back and forth on one topic.
We got to let them finish their point.
We go one topic.
Nathan, I pay more than you do in Patreon, so can you be quiet?
It's not what's important, but
twice as much.
However, I do
100% more.
want to give Team a chance to finish this point. I promise we'll come right back to you, Nathan.
Well, my point is that everything that we showed, every single example that we gave was an anatomical change to the current population, or to the current species or population of.
And I am slightly confused because I thought they were going to present evidence against evolution, but they basically went, "Yeah, evolution's real." So are we done here, or
no? Okay, guys. They had wings, and the wings changed. It's not an anatomical change. Also,
yes, it is.
Also,
what are you talking about?
Hold on.
All right, so you guys are allowed to interrupt me, and I can't interrupt you. Is that
I pay more than you do in patrons, so it's fine.
James already
give him a chance. Give him a chance. Give him a chance. Fight. Be quiet.
James already said that's not what matters here. Are you guys listening?
Oh yeah, but you said it mattered so much last time. So
Nathan, go ahead and make your point on what you were going to say, Nathan, and I promise we'll come right back to Team and Craig right after that. G-Man looks like he also has something he wants to say.
I'd love to hear G-Man what he has to say. But G-Man, real quick, they said wings change into wings, and they said they can eat meat now. Eating meat is not changing your anatomical structure. Hey, stop giggling. Go on mute, Craig. Okay.
I'm sorry. Everything you say is so stupidly funny. I can't help but laugh.
Apology. I accept your apology.
Let's hear from this point from Nathan. I promise we'll kick it right back.
Yeah. Thanks. If we can mute the giggles while we're responding, that would be great. So yeah, wings. Are you joking?
Sorry.
I know you're sorry. But
no, I'm just asking what you said. You are triggered. I was just pointing out.
On mute. I have to talk.
Okay, so what we're going to do is, if we have to, we'll mute everybody and then restart with this point. But go ahead, Nathan, and carry over what your point was.
All right, great, thanks. Hopefully, I don't get interrupted by people who have SpongeBob imaginations.
Ken Hovind wants his bit back.
Oh, there it is.
You're not answering the question, Nathan.
I guess we got to mute everyone, James.
Okay. Answer the question, Nathan.
Go ahead, Nathan, whatever it was you were going to say.
I thought we were going to mute everyone if I got interrupted again, James.
Yep, we're getting there. It takes me more than a second.
Yeah, that'd be great. I really appreciate it. So yeah, wings turn into wings. Also, eating different things doesn't change your anatomical structure. So those two arguments are ridiculous. G-Man, go ahead.
I've been trying to learn as much as I can from Team Skeptic. I've been giggling and laughing at ad-homs. I didn't learn nothing yet. So as far as wings becoming wings, that doesn't prove macroevolution, sir. That proves microevolution. In case you don't know the difference, microevolution is what you see in a short period of time. Macro is what we see over a long period of time. And you have not been able to prove that I share a common ancestor with a stickleback fish, a mosquito, a grasshopper, or anything like that. But you have done a phenomenal job of proving to me that you're a comedian. Can I please get educated, please, on the theory of evolution and not have so many ad-homs come out? Because if you're not going to teach me nothing, when this debate's over, when I get to my end time argument, I'm going to be like, you want to know what? I learned about laughing and giggling and ad-homs. I didn't learn.
Well, why don't you try by addressing some of the things we brought up instead of going, yeah, wings are wings. Yeah, okay, they change. They're changing due to environmental pressures. Answer that. Do you disagree with that?
Yeah, I can do that. I disagree. Okay, number one, I believe that a wing will become a wing. I believe a leg will become a leg. And I believe that a beak will become a beak. But my friend, and you need to understand this, if you can't get something other than that an animal didn't have before, you have no proof whatsoever that I'm related to a fish at all. It's a cold-blooded animal, warm-blooded animal.
I mean, you can deny all you want. It doesn't change any facts.
I don't have any wings. So where's your evidence for that, sir? I will agree.
Okay, well, okay, I got a question. And where's our pineal eye that goes to the pineal gland? Where is that?
Is your Google broken?
No, where is it? Where is it on the human? We see it. God. We see it that it disappears in species and it's in other species, but we all have pineal glands. Why do some species still rely on a pineal eye, a third eye, but the human does not? And why do we share a pineal gland with those species? That's one example. One example.
I'm kind of happy you brought that up. And I know this is kind of off topic and everything, but since you believe in that and you believe in the third eye, then you actually believe that theism is true. So I greatly appreciate you actually.
Don't be a dipshit. Animals have a third eye. It's called a pineal eye, and it's attached to their pineal gland. We have a pineal gland without a pineal eye. Why do we not have a pineal eye, but we share a pineal gland with other species?
I want to give you a chance to answer that. G-Man, if you can do me a favor, though, and if your mic can be turned up any louder, and then also, team, your mic I've got kind of bouncing into the red and you're starting to clip. If you're able to turn the gain down.
Yeah, I can turn it down. I can turn it down.
Thank you.
I think the audience can actually hear me. I think that might be on your end, James. Is that better?
Gotcha. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, I believe that's moving the goalposts. I don't believe that you can show me any new anatomical features whatsoever that shows that a fish went from being a non-fish. If you can't do that, then we're not related to them, and your argument is dead.
Well, that's a false association fallacy, so we're just going to completely ignore what you just said. We have literally presented new anatomical features being added to species. Again, I'll talk about the three-spine spickleback, which literally had scales added to it that it did not have before. That is exactly what you are asking for.
No, I'm not. What I did,
yes, you just did.
Sir, no, I did not, sir. Maybe you didn't understand me. Perhaps I should rephrase my question then. What I'm saying is this, okay? You're a human being and you don't have any wings, okay? At least I don't think you got wings, okay?
Completely irrelevant.
I will call the FBI and tell them to put you in a crazy house, okay? You don't got no wings, okay? The fact of the matter is that in order for evolution to be true, you got to be able to show, sir, that anything with wings can create new anatomical features to show that I am related to those things. If you can't,
no, I don't.
Your theory is a bedtime story for adults.
No, you're just making things up that we have to show. When no, that's not true at all. There's so much evidence to actually back up everything we're saying. And you accepting microevolution is accepting evolution in the long run. The fact that species will change with environmental pressures shows that as the generations go on, they will adapt to those pressures. If the pressures involve something getting a longer neck because things are higher up for them to eat, then over time that will happen. This has been demonstrated. Evolution has been empirically demonstrated to be a fact.
And that's why 1,000 scientists disagree with you?
How many disagree with them? How many disagree with them?
Hold on.
Are you a fish and are you an ape?
I would assert, GMan, that's an argument from popularity. But here's the thing, guys. Lines.
That's exactly what you're doing.
No, I didn't use that at all. I was telling it. Craig, please don't interrupt me every time I talk. Okay?
Please don't say something stupid every time. Yeah.
More ad hominem insults. All right. Great.
Oh, wait, you don't even know what an ad hominem is. Brilliant.
Okay, let's hear from, what was this point, Nathan, that you want to make?
Yeah, of course. So, you guys can't say wings turn into wings. You can't say E. coli turns into E. coli and that fish turn into fish and then expect us to believe a diagram with sponges and elephants and strawberries and whales all connected. That's a freaking joke, okay? People believe that when they're 7 years old. They don't believe that when they're adults.
Okay, well, that's an argument from incredulity. Yeah, everything you said there was just a complete argument from incredulity. I don't believe it, therefore it's fake. Boo-hoo, Nathan. No one gives a fuck what you believe. Facts are facts, and they don't stop being facts because they hurt your feelings.
No, Craig. I believe all your arguments. Fish turn into fish, wings turn into wings.
Therefore, you accept evolution. Thank you. Debate
That's
over.
not what evolution is,
No,
buddy.
It's exactly what evolution is.
Okay, so how do you explain in the whale fossil record the movement of the nostril from the front of the nose to the back of the head? We see it in the fossil record. It can be dated as a genetic, as like a timeline of mutations that have occurred to where the nostril went to the top of the head.
Where's your evidence for this claim? Because I would assert you're begging the question.
I want to hear the argument before we come. Nathan,
that the whales have the nostril.
No problem.
Nathan, I promise to give you a chance to respond, but just want to hear the rest of that argument from team if he wasn't finished yet.
Well, no, the argument is that they would need to explain why in the fossil record we see a movement of the nostrils in the whale fossils. We'll give one line over time that has evolved from a land mammal to an aquatic mammal. Okay, and as it's done this, the environmental pressures selected for nostrils that were higher up the head because those nostrils were out of the water. And eventually it pushed it all the way to the back where it's at today, which is at the top of the head, which is where we're at today with that fossil evolution.
And we can follow the fossil records for whales back to transitional records between land mammals that transitioned into being the whales with the nostrils at the front. But the whales that then developed nostrils that were further up were able to adapt to the environment better and use the energy better to carry on reproducing. The higher up the nostril was on the whale allowed it to be able to be underwater longer, to hunt for fish because it could still receive air. So the fact that we can track the fossil records back from a land mammal having a nostril at the front to transitional records to whales and the nostril moving up the whale to the top of the head shows that species will move from something that doesn't live in the water to something that does live in the water. Exactly what you asked for.
I want to hear from both Nathan and then G-Man as well, just because we got to hear from both Fight and Team on this last point. So go ahead, Nathan or G-Man.
Go ahead, G-Man. I'll let you go first.
No, like, that's an argument for design. I wouldn't say that's an argument for evolution. I believe that they were designed to do that. I don't like now. You got to understand something about me. I'm an intelligent. I actually advocate for intelligent design. I am not an evolutionist, and I believe that's an argument for design. All right, and I believe, and by the way, I also believe that whales was always able to breathe from here. All right, just because you imagined up that something went from here to there by looking at a bone doesn't necessarily mean that it's true. Okay, the same way you guys look at Lucy, where you have 60% of a bone and think you're looking at a half human and half monkey. That's your imagination. That's not demonstrable, and that's not empirical evidence that your theory is true. But I'll tell you one thing that you guys are proving here, you convinced me of. You guys convinced me that you're some phenomenal entertainers, because I haven't seen a drop of scientific data to support evolution since I got in this room.
You mean apart from all the scientific data we presented that you just ignore?
Hold on.
No, I mean your personal opinions that you showed me. That ain't
no. Scientific data, and we can show you all the sources where we got all our information, all from scientific studies.
Or you can show me how you was indoctrinated. I'm sure you can do that.
We need equal time.
Nathan, I'm talking to G-Man right now. The adults are talking, so just be quiet.
Said he wanted me to respond, and he wanted G-Man.
Hold on, I got it, Nathan. That's true that I did mention that since we had heard both from Team and Fight, we'll hear from G-Man and Nathan, and then we'll come back to you guys.
So again, guys, ladies and gentlemen, E. coli turns into E. coli, fish turns into fish, birds turn into birds, and whales turn into whales. And if you want to believe a fossil record that these gentlemen don't have and have no evidence to support, that the nose was in the front for a whale, and then the nose moved in the back for a whale, that's not proof we evolved from a sponge. You guys are joking, okay? You're scientifically illiterate, and you're hallucinating these delusions you have that everyone evolved from a single cell organism. It's quite pathetic, which is why you have to interrupt us over and over and over again and not let us talk. So congratulations, guys. Fish turn into fish, E. coli turn into fish, E. coli, and whales turn into whales. Excellent job. I love your evidence. I agree with all of it.
You're fucking hilarious. You know why you're hilarious? Because you don't fucking ever answer anything. You go on this rant and you have these words and phrases that you like to throw in to occupy time, like these guys are scientifically illiterate. Yeah, you say that every time you debate somebody because that's what you need to occupy time, because you have fucking nothing. You are not addressing the fucking point.
You guys
we have full. Shut up, Nathan. We have full whale fossils.
We have nothing. I agree with everything.
Nathan, the reason we interrupt you is because you say a lot of nothing all the time. You just go off on these diatribes that mean nothing. You never present evidence and you never address evidence. You don't know the first thing about science. You have never studied science. You don't have any ability or intelligence to be able to understand science.
Hold on, one
right?
second.
In coaching and science.
You were asking for fossil records.
Hurt my feelings, Brad.
You were asking
just to restore order.
Nathan,
I hate
you were
to do
asking
this.
for fossil records.
Okay.
I mean,
so
at least G-Man's fucking saying something addressing our evidence. You're not.
Let's forgive me for interrupting. Just want to remind you, Nathan, you're muted. So give me 1 sec. I want to just let Team and Fight finish this point, and I promise we'll come right back to you guys.
Yeah, you're asking for fossil records. I'm showing some of the fossil records right now. We're not just making this shit up. Me and Team have literally been researching for the past few days on all the things that we're going to present. And if Nathan and G-Man would like, we can present all the sources that we have used to back up everything that we have said. Everything is backed up with empirical evidence. We don't just make shit up. We actually do research and gather scientific data from scientific studies and reach a conclusion from that. And you haven't addressed any of the evidence that we brought up for evolution. You have literally just gone, we accept what you're saying. That means you accept evolution is a thing. Therefore, you lose the fucking debate.
Wrong. So, G-Man, can you agree that that animal on the left kind of looks like an alligator?
I'll say something better. I think those are 3 separate animals there.
Yeah, I agree.
Separate animals.
So I mean, you can say that. It doesn't change things.
I would like to address what he just said about them showing evidence and proof. And I would like to, as a matter of fact, James, I would like about 1 minute without being interrupted. I only need a minute. That's it. Right. Okay. Thank you. Okay. So here's the thing, Team Skeptic. Maybe you guys have never, as I know you guys have never talked to me before, but I know the difference between microevolution and macroevolution. Microevolution is the small changes that we see in our lifetimes. Like we can literally see a group of fruit flies have sex with another group of fruit flies and create a totally different species of fruit flies. I totally understand it. I totally get that. Okay. I also understand that if a lion has sex with another type of lion and they have offsprings, that you're going to have a lion. Let me tell you what your claim is that we disagree with. We disagree that I share a common ancestor. Pay attention now, okay? Can you put that timer back there in front of me again? Thank you.
Yeah, I just don't want to get interrupted. I know they're going to do it.
All right. I don't believe I share a common ancestor with a crocodile or an alligator. And until you prove that with demonstrable and empirical evidence and not use people are retarded, people are stupid, because that's not evolution, it's not scientific. And, teachers with actual credibility don't talk to people like that. If you expect to change anybody's mind in the live chat or change my mind today, I highly suggest that you guys use that so-called education that you claim you got.
Well said.
Would you say that we did not interrupt you for the entire time that you spoke, G-Man? You did? Great. We're proving you wrong with everything you fucking say. You see? We proved you wrong there. We proved you wrong earlier with evolution, with the evidence that we presented. Let me go over another point that you fucking brought up that was really dumb. Well, first, since you brought up the word kinds, would you please define kinds scientifically?
Okay, so I apologize for you guys. I didn't say kind one time since we started this. What are you talking about?
You did.
No, I didn't.
You said it in your intro. You said it in your intro.
Okay, so if I said it in my intro, then perhaps I'm mistaken. But sir, again, there are 16 different definitions for the word species, and I believe there's only one definition for kind, that is at or above the allele frequencies. So I don't know where you're getting your terms from or whatever, but I don't share a common ancestor with the crocodile, and you got to be able to show me evidence for that. May I please see it? Or
kinds is not a word in taxonomy. So if you're trying to talk about, the history of species, you need to be speaking in taxonomic terms, which kinds is not. Kinds is a biblical term that you guys try to just use to generalize evolution so that you can say that one thing is always going to be considered a microevolution because it's the same kind, without defining what actually is a kind and how we can use it to differentiate between domesticated dogs and wolves.
Okay, I can do that right now. Okay. First and foremost, sir, you have not been right since you came in this room. You haven't corrected me about everything either. You did interrupt us on multiple occasions. You just didn't interrupt for that one particular time. That's number one, okay? And number two, sir, a kind in the species, when you guys are talking about species, and I'll break this down so even your children can understand this. When you're talking about species, you're talking about a gray wolf and a black wolf, a gray bear and a black bear, okay? You're talking about a different species of a bear. When we're talking about a kind, sir, pay attention now, okay? When we're talking about a kind, we're talking about everything in the feline kind, everything in the canine kind, everything in humankind. Because you know what? Well, last time I checked, human beings always produce human beings. We ain't come from no animal, and you're not going to be able to prove that. And the last thing that I want to be able to say about this Team Skeptic, and which is why I'm losing a lot of respect for you guys and your education on this particular topic, is this. Okay, you guys claim that we're idiots, and it's a Bible term for kind and everything and whatnot. But yet your great grandmother was a human. Your great great grandmother was a human. Your great 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 grandmother was a human. And until you can prove otherwise, you can't. Taxonomy, sir, is not a very good argument for you because taxonomy is nothing but your opinion. You guys categorize.
No, it's a field of science. It's a field of science. It's a field of science, not my opinion.
G-Man, just because we've had you going for a while, if you're able to wrap this up, and then we'll kick it over to Team in just a bit. So go ahead and finish, G-Man.
Okay, cool. Yeah. So, taxonomy is your opinion. You guys come up with these fictional classifications, and you actually think that's science, and it's not. Let me tell you what's science. If a human being has sex with another human being, they're going to produce a human. Okay, yeah, the hair might be a little darker, or the hair might be a little lighter, it might be a little taller, a little shorter, but they're going to be a human. You know what you're never going to be able to prove to me? That I share an ancestor with a frog or with grapes or with the food in your refrigerator. You're never going to.
Then why do we both have pineal glands?
I'm sorry. What do you mean by that?
Why do we both share a pineal gland with a frog?
It's like saying, why do we both have eyes? Why do we
Shut
have
up,
eyes?
Nathan. I'm talking to G-Man. Shut up. Why do we share a pineal gland with a frog if we're not related to them?
Because our common ancestor. I'm sorry.
Where's your proof of that? Where's your evidence to support that there's an intelligent designer that gave us both of them? When we can give you the proof, we can give you evidence that suggests that we all came from a common ancestor that had a pineal gland.
I never said anything yet. You interrupted me mid-sentence. So again.
So where's the intelligent design at? Where's your proof for that? Your evidence.
Hold on a minute. I have a common designer. Okay. And the evidence.
Evidence, please.
Well, I'm trying to give it to you, but apparently you're not really good at listening. So what I'm gonna be quiet, and when you breathe in and breathe out, let me know, and I'll answer your question.
Okay, well, before you start talking, I want to read something to you. Taxonomy is the branch of science concerned with classification, especially of organisms, okay? So no opinion necessary in that. It's a branch of fucking science. You were wrong about that.
This
now
is
you
something
can go
that
ahead.
science deniers and flat earthers in general do, is they say, oh, that's just your opinion. No, we don't ever have opinions. We just base what we say on facts and logic. So if you're able to present any facts to back up intelligent design, that would be fantastic, because I've never seen anything.
I can actually do that now. Tell me something. When your mom and dad had sex, did they use intelligence to do that?
That's not intelligent design.
Sir,
that is stupid. That's
I'm gonna
stupid.
say this to you again. I'm gonna say this to you
That's
again.
not fucking intelligent design. You know that.
Wait a minute. Let me finish.
No,
let me finish.
right, no. Let me answer your question. Let me answer it. Let me answer it.
Okay, go ahead.
Right. No, you've already asked the question, so let me answer it. No, my mum and dad didn't use intelligence to do that. My mum and dad were actually reacting to chemicals and electrical signals in their brain, which were there as an impulse to help them make the decision to breed. So no, there wasn't so much intelligence as evolutionary imperative.
So I got a quick question. If that's true, then explain why people, using your chemical argument and everything, explain to me why people practice abstinence.
Because they don't want to have sex. That's a complete non sequitur.
That's a completely
Do you know what the difference? Hold on. Do you know what the difference between sexual selection and natural selection is? Hey, do you know what the difference between sexual selection and natural selection is?
This is great. So anyway, so your mom and your dad had intelligence, and they decided they was going to
no
have
answer.
Sex.
That isn't even what intelligent design is, dipshit. You know that.
You're gish galloping.
Okay, do you think the eye is evidence of intelligent design? Hold on. Do you think the eye? Hold on. Do you think the eye is evidence of intelligent design?
So anyway, I like to get back.
Who fucked and gave me my eye? That's my next question. Who fucked and gave me my eye? Yeah, you're stupid. Intelligent design has nothing to do with my mom and my dad being intelligent enough to have sex. You're dumb. Answer it like you answer it as if you're trying to participate in the fucking actual discussion.
Okay, go ahead.
I need 10.
I need 10. Okay, we can go give you. What did you say? You want a minute?
Okay, thank you. Team Skeptic was scared of me saying that when mom and dad had sex and the man put his sperm into his mother, that sperm had a certain amount of information. That information went inside the mother's ovaries, and then when he was born, all of those little things were started to develop in the body. But none of that would have started without an intelligence. I would appreciate if these people go to school before they talk to me.
Okay, right.
That's an argument from incredulity.
Let me ask him a question. How intelligent are hamsters?
That's irrelevant to this topic.
No. Just answer the question, please. How intelligent are hamsters?
It's irrelevant to this topic.
That's irrelevant.
No. I'm asking Nathan. The adults are talking.
He already said it's irrelevant.
Well, no. I'm actually going to keep asking until I get an answer to my question. G-Man, how intelligent are hamsters?
Topic, but we're not going to answer it.
It's completely relevant to the topic, Nathan. Now you be quiet while I talk to G-Man.
Okay, Nathan, give me 1 sec. Let's
answer the question. I'll answer the question.
Thank you.
It depends, because if you're talking to a Christian, hamsters have an animal's intelligence, but if you're talking to an atheist, animals are more intelligent than humans. So it depends who you're talking to. It's very subjective.
No, it's a very simple question. Hamsters literally react to instincts and not much else. They're not intelligent, except they do the exact same thing by putting their dick in a vagina, causing sperm to meet an egg. So that blows your entire argument out the fucking water.
Are you an animal?
Technically, yes, we all are.
Can I put you in a zoo?
You can try, but you wouldn't be very successful.
Well, wait a minute. You're an animal, so I should be able to put you in a zoo.
We're on YouTube. That's a big zoo.
No. I'm talking about behind a cage, like we would do with pandas and bears and things like that. We should be able to put you in a zoo, right?
You can try and put me in a zoo if you want.
You're not an animal because we can't put you in a zoo.
Your decision to put him in a zoo would just be a combination of chemicals reacting in your brain that spontaneously combusted out of nowhere billions of years ago.
That's not what I said at all, you absolute dipshit.
So hey, how is it? Do you think that grass has intelligence? Hold on. Do you think that grass has intelligence? Do you think grass has intelligence?
We could take everyone who believes in evolution and lock them in a zoo because they all think they're freaking animals. So,
okay, great. Nathan, be quiet. You're not saying anything intelligent again. G-Man, I have a question for you. Do you think grass is intelligent?
Could I get 10 seconds?
Not related to grass.
Do you think grass is intelligent? That doesn't answer my question.
I'm not related.
Could I get 10 seconds, please?
That does not. Shut up, Nathan. G-Man.
Let's give Nathan a chance to respond really quick. Nathan, what was your?
You just did. You didn't say anything.
Yes. Okay. So I know these guys want to deflect and gaslight, asking us if hamsters are intelligent and if grass is intelligent.
Quit crying for yourself and ask something intelligent, please, so we can advance the conversation. Yes, please hurry.
That can't control their mouth. It's just foaming. And they're like, brains. He's got brains.
Get on with it.
Guys, calm down. Okay. James said he's going to let me talk. Okay. So your guys' evidence that whales had a nose in the front and then moved to the back was one skull that you labeled from 50 million years ago. And then another
what are you talking about?
That you randomly labeled 25 million years ago. And then now. And you said, you expect us to believe that just because you took a picture of 3 different skulls, that was a skull that morphed and evolved and transformed over 50 million years. What a joke, dude. That is
well, it did. It did. And you can't prove that it didn't.
Wait, 1 second. Nathan, I didn't label anything. What are you even on about?
Keep giggling and interrupting us and insulting us, guys.
I'm asking you to clarify. You said I labeled something. I didn't label anything. What are you talking about?
The entire world is seeing you guys insult us, interrupt us, and tell us wings turn into wings.
Okay, can you answer the question or?
And whales turn into whales. Congratulations.
The entire world has heard every time you begin to speak, you start with a minute of complaining and crying and feeling bad for yourself. Quit feeling bad for yourself and just add to the conversation the best you can. Now, my question goes back to you, G-Man. Do you think grass is intelligent?
More deflection, more gaslighting.
No, it's important to the conversation.
I can answer the question.
Thank you,
yes.
G-Man.
Answer the question. I believe that if you talk to an atheist, grass is intelligent. But if you talk to a Christian,
I don't think grass is intelligent. I don't believe in God. I don't think grass is intelligent.
Answer the question.
Okay.
The question.
Okay, go ahead.
They can't let you talk.
I believe that atheists believe that grass is intelligent, and I believe that Christians believe that it is not. So since it's subjective, since it's according to your subjective, objective opinion, I don't believe that is relevant to this topic.
Can I respond
to that? You.
Wait, 1 second. Let me just respond to him quickly. G-Man, no atheist thinks that grass is intelligent. I don't know where you're getting that from.
I beg to differ.
Excuse me. Hi, I'm an atheist, and I don't think grass is intelligent.
I don't think grass is intelligent.
All the atheists in the chat, is grass intelligent? Yes or no?
I believe that you think that grass is intelligent.
Well, you're wrong.
Okay, so how does grass breed then?
How does grass breed?
Yeah.
Yes, breed. B-R-E-E-D, breed.
Here's the thing. I'm not interested in your religion of how you believe.
I don't care about that. We don't have religion about that. Yeah. How does grass breed? What is the intelligence that drives the breeding process of grass? You said there was intelligence in the human process. You said there's animal intelligence in the hamster process. What kind of intelligence goes into the breeding of grass?
James, I want 20 seconds without being interrupted, James.
Just before you do, G-Man, the chat says no, we don't think that.
Yeah, I want 20 seconds, James, without dumb and dumb.
Never seen the chat move this fast. All right.
Yeah, thank you. The dumb and dumber is going to interrupt me again. So anyway, I never said that grass is intelligent. Sir, that's your worldview, and the burden of proof is on you for that. It has nothing to do with me whatsoever. The fact of the matter is this, sir.
Giggles, shut up. Go on mute.
Nathan, stop crying like a little bitch.
Hold on 1 second.
20 seconds. I don't think I'm asking for a lot.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. So, so the burden of proof lies on them that if grass has intelligent or it doesn't, and it has nothing to do with me. I believe that God, or rather an intelligent designer, actually created the grass and gave the grass the ability to, that when it dies in the winter, it can regrow. You know what I mean? So If you have a different opinion about that, then you need to prove that scientifically. But I ain't gonna lie, Team Skeptic, you guys did a fantastic job with the ad hoc.
G-Man, G-Man, can I point out something? Can I point out something real simple? Okay, I asked you if you thought grass had intelligence. You just went on this whole long thing to say no. Did you know you could have just said, no, I don't? Did you know that that was as simple as the answer could have been?
Hey,
You're a
G-Man,
fucking idiot, dude.
G-Man.
You're an idiot. Listen to the questions and try to answer the questions without spending 2.5 fucking minutes answering them. Now, you have said that in the breeding process, there is intelligence, right? Whether you called it human intelligence in the sperm or information in the sperm, you called it animal intelligence. Where is the intelligence that's coming in breeding grass? Because grass breeds on its own in some cases. It breeds due to insects pollinating the different grasses in other cases. So what is the intelligence behind the grass breeding, and what is your evidence?
Hey, G-Man.
Okay, I would like 30 seconds without being interrupted, James.
Gotcha.
Please.
Okay, 30 seconds.
Okay, thank you. So I kind of repeated this, so I'm not gonna like go too deep into it again. I never said that grass has intelligence. That's your argument, sir. You should probably go about proving that. I
didn't say it did.
One sec.
I just asked you if you thought it did.
I promise we'll come right back to you.
I want my 30 seconds. Yeah, thank you.
God damn, you're dumb.
So again, this is what I'm learning about evolution, ladies and gents. Evolution is true because I'm retarded and dumb. That's why evolution is true. There's no evidence for it. So anyway, I never made a claim that grass has an intelligence. I don't even know where they're going with that dumb argument, but I don't say things like that. I got a brain. God gave me one. So what I believe is that human beings have an intelligence. That's what my argument was. We can get back to that if you want. Okay, I'll even go with the animals if you want. And I understand instinct. I can get into that. But sir, you brought up grass, and I highly recommend you pick up a biology book before you talk to me again. Thank you.
Okay, let me respond to that. The reason we were asking you the question, is grass intelligent, is because there is a process by which grass breeds, and there is no intelligence involved. That demolishes your entire argument of human breeding requires intelligence to happen. No, breeding can happen without intelligence. It's just a biological meeting of a sperm and an egg of whatever species or seed getting. So no,
it's driven by natural selection.
So, and Nathan, before you interrupt, so Nathan, you're in. Okay. No, Nathan, I'm still trying to talk. There's good boy. You want to be quiet? Thank you.
Those are a joke, dude.
Okay,
we'll come right back to you.
Ask us if
no, you're gonna be quiet. No, I'm still trying to talk.
Hamsters have intelligence.
James, possibly.
Okay, Nathan, I need you to work with me here. I gotta let Craig finish, and then I promise I'll come back to you.
They've been talking the whole time. Yeah, sure. Go ahead, Craig.
All right, thank you. So, the point of bringing up the grass was to dispel the what GMan said about breeding needs intelligence, because breeding happens without intelligence. And GMan just saying God gave the grass the ability to breed, that requires some kind of evidence, because that's a big claim.
I need about 2 minutes to respond to that after Nathan finally gets a chance to speak.
Okay, so let's give Nathan a full 60 seconds at least. Nathan, was that 60 minutes do the trick? One more?
Yeah, really. I mean, 30 seconds will be fine, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, their entire argument for this chart showing that we evolved from sponges and that elephants and strawberries and mermaids are related is a total joke, okay? Fish turn into fish, wings turn into wings, beaks turn into beaks, E. coli turns into E. coli, crickets turn into crickets, mosquitoes turn into mosquitoes. So, I mean, really, if they're just going to ask us if grass has intelligence and if hamsters have intelligence, we can move to the question and answer portion of this with the live stream, because these guys have nothing to offer for their evolution. It's a joke. Go ahead, Jim.
I would like my 2 minutes to answer their question now, if you don't mind, James. Can I get 2 minutes?
Gotcha.
Okay, so this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, when you hear me at least talking about intelligent design, all right? You'll notice that I said a human being having sex with another human being is proof of intelligent design. Then these men committed all kinds of logical fallacies and straw men and whatnot by saying that, GMan has the same thing as saying that grass does it, since grass reproduces. Now, here's the thing. They just admitted that grass doesn't have any intelligence whatsoever. I'm very proud of them that they actually did say something smart here today. But the fact of the matter is that I never made a claim that grass do that. I didn't say that breeding was my argument. I simply said that when a human being has sex with another human being, they produce this young man here called Violet McNeil or whatever the heck his name is, Team Skeptic or whatever. All right, sir, what I'm trying to get you to understand is that without two intelligent people, you wouldn't be here today. Okay, without intelligent grandparents, great grandparents, great grandparents, we see this all the time. All right, without actually having an intelligence, you cannot make life. Do you understand that? All right, I never made an argument about grass. I believe that a system was put in place in it, and I don't even need to use God for crying out loud. At this point, I can use your own theory against you and talk about how grass came to be to begin with, and how the ground will reproduce grass all the time. You understand what I'm saying? Your argument is stupid. It is malformed, and you guys aren't thinking. You're so bent on insulting us and insulting me that you guys don't even realize that you're handing me this debate. All right. So if you want me to stop being a jerk and you want me to stop, you want me to listen to you and claim that you taught me something, you need to address the actual arguments. I want to see these anatomical features. I want to see your fossil record. And for the love of everything that is holy, I want you to be able to tell me why your mom and dad were not intelligent, why they wasn't using intelligence in order to make you. Now, if you can't do that, then just go ahead and insult me. We can get to the Q&A. You can admit you lost.
Cool. Can I have 2 minutes, James?
Yep.
Cool. I mean, GMan just spoke for 2 minutes without saying anything, which was fantastic. And so he ignores the fact that we have presented many times of anatomical features appearing due to changes in environmental pressures, which is exactly what evolution is. I demonstrated, I explained why no, intelligence is not required for the process of mating to happen. It's an evolutionary imperative. Chemicals are released in the brain which make you horny and want to have sex. That's nothing to do with intelligence. That is literal instinct. The reason that you get sexually excited is because chemicals are released in your brain due to a stimuli. That's not intelligence. That's the kind of opposite of intelligence.
Not to mention, while we're talking about sex, why would an intelligent designer put a reproductive organ right next to a waste organ? Doesn't seem very intelligently designed, especially since there's a lot of toxic bacteria that comes out of the fucking asshole.
So accepting microevolution like they have is accepting that evolution exists. And we can talk about evolution on a grander scale by the fossil records that I can quite easily present. There is more than enough evidence to show that life has come from common ancestors. We've presented so much of that evidence today, and they have addressed absolutely zero of it. The entire thing they've done is gone, I don't agree with the premise of your argument, therefore I'm not answering it. And the rest of the time, they've complained about being insulted, and the reason we insult them is because it's an objective fact that both of these people are fucking retarded.
Yes, and I would like to point out that while it is not a direct change of mosquito, the London mosquito that is present in the London subway cannot breed with the mosquito it evolved from. Okay, that is a break in that a new species. It's not even a subspecies anymore. It is now a new species. And if continuing on, the environmental pressures will dictate how that bug evolves. And should 100,000, 100 million years from now, that bug's no longer a mosquito, while the mosquito has remained to stay a mosquito on top of the normal environment, well, then we'll have a new species. But guess what? None of us are going to be alive for that long. So the evidence that you're asking for to say, I want to see a mosquito become a non-mosquito is just simply not going to happen inside of my lifetime, your lifetime, or our parents' lifetime.
2 minutes and 27 seconds you guys went over, and I like to publicly challenge.
You know what? You can fucking count amazing. I'm truly fucking impressed.
All right, we'll kick it over. We'll kick it over to G-Man and then Nathan. So we're gonna give G-Man a minute or two, and then we'll kick it over to Nathan. If he wants to respond to the premise, we'll come right back to both of you, Craig.
I would like to publicly challenge the drunken peasants to a debate on the theory of evolution, because at least I know Billy the Fridge has got half of a brain and can come and can actually come on here and actually stay on topic. Fact of the matter is, these two young men, all they did was prove that fish produce fish and that whales produce whales. That's all they did. Okay, they can't show any of these new anatomical features that show that we're related to any other animals. they can sit there and call me retarded to the blue in the face. It just shows their intolerance. Let's say it was hypothetically true that I was retarded. It just shows that their lack of love and caring for people who are mentally ill. You understand what I'm saying? Atheists are horrible and terrible people that believe in their religious view doesn't allow them. I mean, you think about this, ladies and gents. If these people ruled the world, that survival of the fittest teaching that they got would definitely be put into practice, because I wouldn't be allowed to survive in this environment. They would have me killed. You know, kind of like what Hitler did in Nazi Germany with his eugenics.
Whoa, no. I've got to fucking step in. You do not get to. No. You do not get to. You do not get to equate me to Adolf Hitler. No, I will fucking cut in. I will fucking cut in. You do not get to equate me to Adolf Hitler, you piece of shit.
Okay.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You do not get to equate me to Adolf Hitler.
Gentlemen, wait, hold on one second. Okay, so we'll definitely, instead of
James, I'm sorry. I've got to say, GMan does not get to equate me.
I agree. It's a very harsh accusation. We're gonna.
You do not get to equate me to Adolf Hitler. Okay, Nathan, shut the fuck up.
You guys, one second.
James, I'm sorry.
Nathanson is muted.
What I'm going to do is,
I would like to respond.
Tom Nathanson.
Give me 1 second. Let's give Craig a chance to respond, and then Nathan, we can come back to you after that.
I thought I got a chance to talk.
Nathan, shut the fuck up. No one wants to hear you.
This was in the same way that
Nathan, shut up.
Like you said, I get to chat after GMan.
Right? Yeah,
all right.
I know.
No, I'm responding to what's just being said.
You told us. Tell us wings are.
Can you mute him, James, please?
He wants to respond about the fact that he was accused of being you know who. So let's give him a chance.
Right. I want to bring up the fact that not only have you just fucking equated me to one of the most horrific people in history, which is a piece of fucking shit move, but Adolf Hitler was a fucking devout Christian, so he's more on your side than mine, so shut the fuck up. And I'm now going to bring up the fact that before this started, you accused both me and Team of being racist because we believe in evolution.
Okay,
so now do you want to fucking answer that? You
let me, no, before he answers that, I want to speak on that, because, hey, hold on, before, hold on, I want to answer that too, because he did call me a fucking racist, and I'll shut up after that.
We'll come
Listen,
right back to it.
I want to say that,
but this is something that I promise we can give you a chance to respond to it. But I do want to just quick go over to Nathan as promised, and I promise we'll come right back.
Yeah, go ahead. I'll answer it after Nathan cries. Go ahead, cry, Nathan. We all know it's coming. Cry.
I'm not here to cry. I just want to point out.
Please do.
You got to interrupt me again.
Cry.
Okay. Craig said that it was based off instincts that people have sex, and GMan pointed out people practice abstinence. Some people, like me, don't watch porn and don't jerk off because it's gay, okay? It's gay to sodomize yourself and not reproduce when God told us to be fruitful. So that's just a funny argument that you guys just, it's instinctual. They're not intelligent. They're just acting off chemicals and hormones. But people can make the decision not to do that, okay? And my second point I want to bring up is Craig said life came from common ancestors. You can rewind the track about 3 or 4 minutes. Craig, GMan and I will agree. Common ancestors. Dogs turn into dogs, fish turn into fish, mosquitoes turn into mosquitoes. So we can just move on to the question and answer portion.
No, you don't get to decide how this goes.
Oh,
Stop
there
doing
he goes again. He can't practice impulse control and keep his mouth shut.
Stop trying to dictate how the stream goes then, you piece of shit.
Oh, Craig.
Okay, so as I promised, let's go back to Team Skeptic. I know that he had something he wanted to bring up.
Yeah, the first thing I want to bring up is, and GMan should understand this by now, he appears to think he's intelligent. Godwin's law, which is reductio ad Hitlerium, usually in almost all, we'll say 99.999% of the cases, that's done by the person who's feeling like they're losing the debate. You shouldn't have done that. The second thing is you already knew you were losing the debate when you came in, when you called me a racist on no basis whatsoever. And yes, you called me an outright racist.
No, in fact, he called all atheists racist.
All atheists
anyone that
are
believes in
racist.
evolution racist. So every single person in the chat right now that believes that understands that evolution is a fact, GMan called every single one of you a racist. This is the piece of shit type of people we're dealing with.
When you're talking about we come from a common ancestor, Nathan. Guess what? When you're like going, common, we share 96% of the same genome as with the same genetic blueprints as a fucking chimp. Okay? Do you understand that? That's as common as it gets. That's fucking more common than you would ever fucking believe, because you'll sit there. What's your fucking explanation for having a 96% sharing 96% of our genes with the modern day chimp? What's your explanation for that? If we didn't have a common ancestor with them.
Hey, if you guys are just gonna cry and we're just gonna.
You're the only one crying, dude. You start. Just look how you started with. If all you're gonna do is cry, why don't you answer my fucking question?
Gotcha. Let's give
answer my question, Nathan. You did this in debate in Dallas. Every time I brought something up, you wouldn't answer it. Answer my fucking question.
Here we go.
Are not evidence. Questions are you admitting how ignorant you are? Okay, so
answer the question.
Move on to the question and answer portion where all.
No, we're not moving on to
answer my question, Nathan.
It's over, Junior. You're lost.
No, answer my question, Nathan. Answer my question. How do you account? How do you account for the 96% of our DNA being shared with chimps? How do you account for that if we don't have a common ancestor?
You guys had no evidence for evolution.
No, how do you account for that?
Answer the question,
Answer the question, Nathan. Stop running from the question.
Interrupt us every time we're talking.
Shut up and answer the question.
Interrupt you if you don't answer the question.
And then this will be the portion where you guys get to sit quiet.
Why can't you answer the question, Nathan?
We all have second grade.
Why can't you answer the question?
Guys, for super chats, don't ask Nathan questions directly. If you're going to super chat, ask me to insult him for 30 seconds instead.
Okay, we're not going to read those super chats, Craig, because we're reading super chats.
Right, now we're going to answer the question, Nathan, because we're not moving on until you do.
Give James a bunch of super chats. We won't even read them because they're just.
Look how you're trying to get there so fast. You're running. You're running in place, Nathan. Okay, we're not going anywhere until you answer that question. We're here to discuss evolution. Answer the question. G-Man, would you like to answer the question? How do you account for our 96% of our DNA being similar to chimps?
We're going somewhere. You better believe it. And we're not.
Shut up, Nathan. G-Man's trying to answer my question.
Let's give G-Man a chance to respond. We'll go to the Q&A maybe in about 5 minutes.
After they've answered the question.
I need 15 seconds to answer the question, though. Is that all right?
Gotcha.
Okay, cool. So here's the thing now, okay? We have an intelligent designer that gave us similarities. That's the answer to my question.
Where's your evidence for that?
Hold on. I'm not done yet. Hold on. Come on, seriously, man.
Okay. Go ahead.
So here's the thing now, okay? We have an intelligent designer. And the reason why I believe an intelligent designer exists, because you can't account for complexity with your wacky bedtime story known as evolution. That's why.
No, that didn't answer the question. How do you account for it?
Yes, it does.
So you're saying a magic man in the sky did it. Cool story, bro. Answer the question properly.
No. I need 10
G-Man,
seconds.
I'm sorry.
You essentially
We don't believe in fairy tales.
Hold on. You essentially said that your incredulity of the evolutionary process, okay, your ignorance of the evolutionary process and how it could lead to the complexity of a complex organ like the eye, okay, it has to come from an intelligent designer. Therefore, we share 96% of our DNA with a chimp because of this intelligent designer. In no situation do you ever present evidence of an intelligent designer.
Your guys' evidence is time, okay? Like time is some magical prince that kissed.
Shut up, Nathan. I'm asking G-Man to answer the question. You don't answer shit. Please answer, G-Man. I'll try not to interrupt you. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
All right. On to
Nathan.
Shut up, Nathan. Shut up.
No
Go
one's
ahead,
talking
G-Man.
to you.
Okay, so I think that G-Man's willing to answer this one, Nathan. Nathan, are you answering this question? Otherwise, I think G-Man is he's willing to answer this question.
Can't we both answer the question? I mean,
no, we don't want to hear you.
I can give you 30 seconds if you want to answer as well.
I don't even need 30 seconds, okay? We claim an intelligent designer did it. You guys claim time is some freaking magical force that kissed a frog and turned it into a prince. Okay? Cool story, bro.
Okay.
No one claims that.
So I claim life did it, and you claim you claim that death did it. Okay, let me be a little bit specific about what I'm saying about this. In abiogenesis, this is what you believe, sir. You believe that you believe that there was this pool of water that had all these complex chemicals was in it. No intelligence was involved in it whatsoever. And by the way, I can't find two scientists that would agree about the environment, but apparently the environment was done in such a way where the first living cell came about with the ammonia and everything. And apparently that cell survived and became a self-replicating cell or became a multi-cell. My problem with that ridiculous theory is that Miller and Urey could not prove that, because they only produce a couple of the amino acids that you need to actually do what needs to be done with that. And I can prove to you all day, every day, that life comes from life. And only a moronic idiot would get on here and say that life doesn't come from life. And since I know that that's true, you lost. Can we get the Q&A, please? Thank you.
No, because you still didn't answer the question. And Nathan just asserted an intelligent designer without evidence of an intelligent designer. Nathan, please don't assert anything without something to back up what you're asserting. Now, GMan's made the same mistake by asserting an intelligent designer without evidence again, over and over and over. And with the reductio ad Hitlerium, yes, I would say that you lost.
G-Man, we lost.
But I would prefer if you try to explain.
1 second.
If you just try to explain.
I want to talk about
I promise.
Eric or somebody on here who knows what they're talking about.
Just get to the Q&A, James.
Yeah, we should just get to the Q&A because
you want to get there fast. G-Man, I'm sure would have this conversation, but you want to get there fast as fuck, Nathan, because you are out of your league.
Before we get to the Q&A, I would still like G-Man to explain the fact that I'm racist to me, please.
No. Beaks turn into
Nathan,
beaks.
no one's talking to you. I'm talking to G-Man right now.
Dogs turn into fish.
Nathan, he asked a question.
If I answer the question, I need 3 minutes. I need 3 minutes without them being triggered, meaning I need you to mute them in order. I will not answer that question.
So, hey, you know what? Hey, watch this, G-Man. I'm going to tell you like this. Just because I'm not a racist, I'm not somebody who tries to oppress other people based on race, and you and I are different races. James, don't mute me and go ahead.
Okay, so that means, so are you agreeing that you are a racist if you interrupt me?
I'm not interrupting you like you asked.
Okay, cool. So if you do interrupt me, you know what I'm going to call you. So anyway, so let's get started here, okay? You believe in something called survival of the fittest, sir. All right? You believe that only the strong can survive. Everybody knows through Mr. Hitler's eugenics program that what he was trying to do is he was trying to keep a superior race by getting rid of the weaker people and trying to have his Aryan race actually reign supreme. Now, you're saying that you're not a racist, but you defend a theory that was actually used by Adolf Hitler to justify what he was actually doing. Come to think about it, with Stalin and a couple of other dictators that actually believe this nonsense as well. So the reason why I know you're a racist, sir, is because you spent the better portion of this video here calling me an idiot, retarded, stupid, and everything else in the book. I just met you today, and all you keep doing is calling me names. I have absolutely no reason whatsoever to believe a word that is coming out of your mouth regarding you not being a racist. All right. You defend the theory of evolution without any evidence whatsoever. I know you believe in survival of the fittest because you can't unless you actually do. You understand what I'm saying? So again, sir, I can actually read to you. And if you don't mind, James, do a quick screen share to really answer his question. I have something here prepared for him. So I'm going to screen share something here. Okay. And I want to show everybody what this book was really called. The Origin of Species, My Foot. This is what this book was called. Where is it? Here it goes. I don't know if you guys can actually see this or not, right? Now you read this and weep. And next time you debate me, make sure you come prepared. The Origin of Species by Means of Natural Selection, or the Preservation of Favored Races in the Struggle for Life. All right? If you're going to debate me about evolution and then call me retarded and stupid and belittle me because I'm not like you, then that's fine. But the fact of the matter is, sir, at the end of the day, you believe this like this is a religion. All right? That's the bottom line. All right? If you want to sit there and waste my time and call me names all day and don't teach nobody nothing, don't you ever challenge me to a debate again. I take on real debaters, not babies. I yield my time.
James, I need to just respond to that quickly.
No. Hold on. Let me talk first. Okay. Look here, little man. Okay? Little man. That's what you are. You're a tiny little boy. That's what you fucking are. I didn't say a goddamn word. I didn't call you a fucking idiot. I didn't call you a fucking retard or anything else until you fucking called me a racist. That's when it all fucking started with me, when I was like, oh yeah, I'm a racist. You can go back and look at the fucking chat log. That's when I was like, yeah, this is about to be a shit show. They can both get it. You can get it, sir. You are the fucking piece of shit here. You are a piece of human trash. That's what you are. I called Nathan an idiot and retard 10 times more than I did you. And guess what? He's the same race as me. What does that say? Now, answer your arguments, you piece of shit. Do you believe in medical advancements? Like, when you break a bone, do you treat it with medicine? Do you go to the doctor and have the doctor set your arm? Do you? Hold on. Shut the fuck up. Do you? I know you do. Every human uses medicine to fix problems. Well, guess what? Hitler used medicine too to treat his soldiers. You fucking racist.
Yeah, and I want to directly respond to the document that GMan had up. GMan, could you put that up again, please?
No.
Everybody says you're human trash, and you proved it tonight.
Well, I tell you what. Watch my show on Wednesday.
I don't watch shit, dude. I ain't about to watch your show. I ain't about to watch your show.
G-Man doesn't want to put it back up because I'm about to.
You are guilty.
G-Man, I'm talking to you. G-Man, do you want to? G-Man, do you want to shut up now? Thank you. Right. So, what G-Man showed there, the title of Darwin's Origin of Species and the preservation of how is it worded? The preferred species. That is
preservation of favorite races in the struggle for life. I thought you read
okay, yeah, right, okay. I was just trying to get the wording exactly right there. I've actually got the book on my bookshelf back there. I can go and get it if you like, including the Voyage of the Beagle. But irrelevant. What you are saying is not anything to do with racism, and that statement on there is nothing to do with racism. By favored race. I'm talking. Do you want to shut up? Thank you. Favored races in that context means the race that is more likely to survive the environmental pressures. It does not mean choosing the white man over the black man, you absolute fucking retard. And I'm saying you're a retard regardless of your race because you are objectively a fucking retard.
It's my subjective opinion.
A good chance to move into the Q&A.
He literally just showed how stupid he was.
Yes, let's get to the Q&A.
So, want to say thanks so much, everybody, for all of your questions. We are going to try to get through as many as possible, but to respect the time of the debaters, we may not be able to get to read every single one, especially as mentioned, if they are abusive, depending on how abusive. We let a lot slide.
Make sure you read the ones that are asking me to say stuff.
If they're really bad, I will skip them. But usually they have to be pretty bad. And I want to say, I have linked each and every speaker in the description box. So if you're listening and you're like, I want more, you can hear more by clicking on their links. What are you waiting for? So with that, really appreciate your super chat. First one that came in tonight was Steven Steen, nasty guy, says, why is the moderator an evolution supporter? Gotcha. Trying to put me on the spot. Wait a minute, that was, oh, so sorry. That was actually from last night. Oh, he was putting praise on the spot. Next up, thanks for your super chat. The Wandering Musician says, sad to see Nathan here. After how he always debates is the most frustrating thing I've ever seen. Ugh! No science, just misunderstanding. Love you, Fight the Flat Earth, and Skeptic.
Love you too.
Nathan, do you want to respond to that?
All the crybaby zombies love each other. That's cute.
Gotcha. Alternate Keck, thanks for your super chat, says Nathan Thompson is an anti-Western subversive element. He denies the great accomplishments of the European people and the manifest destiny of... this looks like it's going bad. I don't know what that super chat was getting at. The Wandering Musician, thanks for your super chat, said Nathan's Facebook kicked me out after calling me an idiot, in parentheses, more vulgar terms. So much for no name calling, right? All I said was, quote, I wanted to know more, unquote. Nathan, is this true?
Yes, it's true. He's crying like a little baby because he didn't have any science. And he joined a science peer review group and didn't have anything to share. So see you later, crybaby.
Next up, thanks for your super chat from Robert Luscombe, who says, Nathan, my grandfather worked on the Manhattan Project and the earliest satellites. He was a devout Christian and the most honest, truthful person I've known. Why would he lie to me about space?
You're right. I'm a globehead again. You said your uncle did some stuff. All right, cool. Thank you. I believe in space now.
Next up, Monkey Cat Pat Pat, thanks for your super chat, says, if God was real, why would he make someone like Natalie? That right there is proof of no God. Natalie, I mean, Nathan, what have you got to say about that?
James, nice.
Next.
Next up, thanks to your super chat, Pete Birdie says, I know you guys don't get a chance to read super chat during debates anymore, so instead of responding to the debate, I'll just give you some dough. Well, thanks, Pete. Appreciate that. We got to read it anyway. Josiah Hansen, thanks for your super chat, who said, question for G-Man and Nathan, how many Bible verses indicate that there is a flat earth?
Well, over 200. You can start in Genesis, then move to Joshua, where God stops the sun, then move to Psalms, where God says the earth is immovable and we're never moved. Then you can move to where Jesus said, qualities of earth show the qualities of God. So if they make you believe that space is nothing, well, then heaven doesn't exist and God is not real. That's why all these globeheads are atheists. It's plain as day.
Gotcha. And then G-Man, if you want to respond.
No comment.
Gotcha. And next up.
No. I love peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. I'm sorry.
Thank you for that. Sperminator, thanks for your super chat, says, Natalie, explain the evolution of the Darwin's finch.
Yeah, a nose turned into a different nose, and you had a bird that stayed a bird. So thank you very much.
Next up, Stupid Whore Energy. She is in the building. Thanks for your super chat. She says, you're muted, James. Wasn't that embarrassing, everybody? Okay.
Hey, it's not a show with FTFE if there's not some kind of technical difficulties. It's cool. There are people watching that normally watch me are more than used to seeing technical problems, so it's cool.
Appreciate that support and grace and mercy.
Thanks. Not a real show until you read the same comment twice, James. And by the way, can we just mute these guys showing memes of me, dude?
Nathan, I'm
a patron.
The same super chat twice. Next up, thanks for your super chat, Lyric Edge. To be fair, Nathan, when others have spoken and you were hammering the SpongeBob figure, I let you do it. And so to be fair, I don't know if I can say that other people can't do some sort of visual.
James,
not to mention, Nathan, you were just holding your phone up with a picture of me on your phone.
Yeah, that's not an edited photo.
First off, that's creepy that you have pictures of me on your phone. Second, if you're going to show pictures of me, I think Craig should be able to show pictures of you. Go ahead, Craig. Go ahead, Craig. You have my permission.
That's me in the picture.
Yeah, that is.
Why do you have pictures of me? Okay.
He's a fucking creep.
Listen,
I thought it was funny that Team Skeptic.
There's probably a kid in the background.
Go to the next question. Hold on.
Small little Team Skeptic.
Next up, hold on. We have to keep it professional, guys. Dildo Baggins, thanks for your super chat, said, "What a new low for G-Man, tag teaming with Nathan." Oh snap!
Dildo Baggins, bro.
It was my pleasure to be Nathan's tag partner. I believe that this was a flawless victory, and Nate, you did a good job.
Yeah, you're right. We did have a flawless victory. I mean, it was basically.
Do you know what a pigeon chess player is, G-Man? Do you know what a pigeon chess player is?
I gotta give these guys the last. I gotta give Nathan and G-Man the last word on that one because that one was a challenge to them. Okay, well we got it. Next up, thanks for your super chat. Movie Theory, in all caps, said that is evidence we came from rocks. LOL. Wow. Sad. Look, it's a critic of Team and Fight. If you guys want to respond, you of course can.
No one thinks we come from rocks. That's the religious people. They're the ones that think that we came from like dust and stuff.
Yeah.
Next up.
Yeah, that's right. They'll tell you God created man from dust. And then they'll say, "Oh, you think that you guys come from rocks? Y'all are dumb."
We don't think that. Not one of us.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Whatever, guys.
Gotcha. And thanks so much for your super chat from JL Warren, who says, Nathan is so broke he can't even pay attention.
It's true. It's true.
Nathan is not amused.
Can I respond to that, if you don't mind, James?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think it's a nice thing to make fun of people who don't have money. I'm just saying.
Gotcha. And movie theory.
He does have 8 shower heads, though, to be fair.
I'm struggling right now with this corona thing. Luckily, I'm not, because God knows that the plan will be good. For those who love him,
Oh, that's hilarious.
Well, yeah, but Nathan, in my Green Lantern comic, they said that anyone that believes in himself enough can defeat evil. So I'm gonna go with that book.
I don't feel bad. I feel bad for people that are struggling with money until they say shit like that, and then I'm like, oh yeah, I don't feel bad for that person.
Camera. All right, everyone make fun of Team how broke he is because his son had taken.
Next up, we have
how broke I am because hold on. What was that, Nathan? What was that, Nathan?
Yeah, your son stole your camera. You're over here trying to claim I'm broke.
My son stole my camera.
Okay.
James, did I not bring a camera down to you at the? That was an extra webcam, by the way. Now hold on. Did I not bring a webcam down to you when we had our live debate?
Yeah, you were like,
and you left it there, correct? You left it there at the studio. Okay, I haven't. That's one of them that I have not gone and got. My son, shut up, Nathan. Shut up, Nathan. Since you're going to Nathan, shut up. Since you're going to be an asshole, since you're going to be an asshole and bring up shit like that, shut the fuck up. Quit being so triggered.
Okay, go ahead, team.
Quit being triggered, Nathan. Okay, so why I'm not on camera tonight, because G-Man brought this up. He thought that I was just not going on camera because I was too afraid to show my face. And I explained to him, hey, my son just started a job, and right now, because he's working from home, he needs the camera for his computer, and that's why I'm not on camera tonight. G-Man was okay with that. However, Nathan seems to think that I'm so broke that my son stole my camera when I took an extra webcam down to James and just left it there for him to take to Austin. No big deal.
Next up.
See, Nathan, I don't have to lie about my fucking financial situation, nor do I have to lie about the 8 shower heads I have in my house or fucking anything like that.
Next up, Adam Elbilia. Thanks for your question, Adam. Patreon supporter, thanks so much for your supporter. And also want to mention, folks, I want to say newest Patreon supporter, Fight the Flat Earth. Thanks for becoming a patron. We appreciate that. And also,
I pay twice as much as Nathan does.
Next up, Adam Elbilia says, off-topic question, Nathan, assuming you're a Christian, what if Yahweh is real, but Jesus is not actually God? Do you know what hell is waiting for you by this vengeful, jealous ex-girlfriend character in that case?
What if? Yeah, cool story. Next.
Gotcha.
I would say don't. I would like to add to that and just say don't worry about it because hell is not real.
I've got to, just so we don't gang up on it, we've got to keep moving. I got to give them the last word on that one. Movie Theory, thanks for your. Oh, we got that one. Well, they have another. Movie Theory. Hold on a second, Nathan. Hold on.
James,
Nathan,
this
is a person.
Porn.
It's a girl getting rammed from behind, bro.
Okay.
You can see a face, Nathan. Chill out. You can see a girl's face.
Okay. It's gone. Now it has a picture
Now it's
of you
in a dress.
Nathan.
Now it's me in a dress.
Listen, you look terrific in the picture. It's all right. Movie Theory.
Those legs, Nathan. Good show.
Craig.
I wouldn't have worn that hat, Nathan, but other than that, you look pretty good.
Obviously, this is meant to get under your skin. You just have to say, oh.
It's not under my skin. James,
oh, you're so triggered.
It's all over his face.
Next up, Nathan, the next question is on your side.
They're all for me. What are you talking about?
Movie Theory, thanks for your super chat, says, G-Man and Nathan about to destroy, in all caps, this fake science. Craig and team, you can respond if you'd like.
Was that from a parallel universe or?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Michael Dresden, thanks for your super chat. Local, Sim reminds me of Steven Steen, says, evolution is, in all caps, pseudoscience, people. Wake up.
I mean, just saying it's pseudoscience doesn't make it so.
Gotcha. Thanks for your super chat. Dominic, let me know if I mispronounced this, Dominic. Dienstuber? Let me know. Okay. Thanks for your super chat. Said, Natalie doesn't even pay attention. How dishonest. Nathan, were you paying attention?
I'm going to leave if you don't mute Craig's screen. Okay.
Bye then, Nathan.
Bye.
All the questions are for me.
Bye.
So if you want to just
Nathan, it's
all
first
the
of all,
because you can't mute Craig posting fucking cartoon memes.
It's you.
Hey, don't cuss, man. Don't cuss. I thought you don't cuss. That's fucking hilarious.
The whole time.
I'm sorry. That's freaking hilarious.
Clowns. Okay. So
no, we cuss, but we cuss normally. You're the one that's like, there's no cussing in my Facebook group.
Super chat.
Okay, if I respond.
Triggered. Get out of here.
Oh my gosh, Nathan.
Okay, if I respond, James. James, is it okay if I respond?
Yes.
James, yeah. how many of you in the audience aspire to be like these two when you grow up? Like, I mean, I don't even know why Nathan's getting all this hate. I just met the guy today.
Most of the people in the audience are grown up already.
Well, I'm sorry. I believe that you people are immoral, and I think you people are disgusting. I think.
Oh, we're hilarious.
No. I think
Next up, thanks for your super chat from Gently's channel says evolution isn't abiogenesis. Life coming from a rock has nothing to do with it.
Yes, it does. It's chemical evolution. And if
Oh,
they actually
well, hold on.
look at biology and go pick up a biology book, they would know that.
Next up, Andy Rollins, thanks for your super chat, says, hi, G-Man. Michael Dresden, thanks to your super chat, says, finches producing finches equals evolution? LOL.
Yeah, finches producing finches.
No, it's not for you. That's challenging team and fight.
I mean,
Well,
it's exactly evolution, but you know.
Yeah, it is evolution. We just explained exactly step by step how they came to the conclusion that Darwin, that his theory fit their evidence. They went out and conducted their evidence on their own, and it confirmed what the theory of evolution would suggest. So yes, that is evolution.
Hey team, can I ask you a question? Does Nathan running away count as on my rage quit counter for the year? Because that makes 10.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, brilliant. Nice.
Let's add it. Cha-ching!
Okay, next up. Thanks for your super chat. Appreciate it. This one comes from Stupid Whore Energy. She strikes again, says, there are more biologists named Steve that accept the evidence of evolution than there are biologists who doubt it.
Sorry, say that again?
I think this is a challenge to G-Man
right.
with his reference to the scientists who don't believe in evolution. Said, if at some point, I don't know, he said, there are more biologists named Steve that accept the evidence of evolution than there are biologists who doubt it.
Okay, so all Stupid Whore Energy needs to do is name every last one of those scientists to prove a point. I mean, I can go out there and say there are more people out there named Jen that believe that God exists than there are people who believe that God don't exist. That's not a real comment there. I'm disappointed, Stupid Whore Energy. I was going to take you out for dinner, you know?
Next up, thanks for your super chat from our dearest friend. Let me know if I mispronounce this. I know I do every time. Mirai Vegeta, thanks for your super chat. Said, if at some point we don't see GCat, I will be very disappointed, G-Man. Whoa, Nathan, did you just... Oh, no, I think...
I didn't do that. Oh, what y'all doing?
I'm confused.
What's happened?
Did we just lose...
Somebody just put this on the big screen. I don't know what this is.
There's a picture of Team in his mankini. Team, did you put that
up? No, I didn't put it up, but that's hilarious. That was from our live debate in Dallas. Shout out to Artistic Encounter.
I think Nathan's still in the call. He's muted his camera and he's decided to share the screen to present that.
Oh. No, Nathan, get it off. You're making fun of me, Nathan. Oh my God, get it off. Nathan, difference between me and you is I go out and have a good time entertaining people. I wear shit like mankinis under my shit when I go to debates to be like, when at the end go, look, we all did this in a mankini. It's a fucking joke. Get over yourself. I don't care if you show the picture. Yeah.
Okay, thanks for your super chat from our dearest friend. Mothra J Disco says, accepting microevolution is accepting evolution, though. G-Man, is this true?
No, it isn't. Number one, none of us, nobody who understands basic biology goes against variations within the kinds. Microevolution is something that we can actually see and it can be proven scientifically. In order for macroevolution to actually be shown to be true, one has to use his imagination. And I'm not interested in doing that. The people that say that macroevolution is true are the same people that believe they're related to dates and acorns. And I don't believe that. Sorry.
May I answer that? May I speak for 1 second?
And they also wear manginas and they also wear
mankinis too. Yeah. So earlier in your intro,
I don't know how
G-Man, earlier in your intro, you had said you had mentioned kinds. You can go back and listen to it. I don't really take offense to that, so it's okay. But I asked you to define kind. You said you didn't say kind, and then you turned around and you did say kind again just now. And I'll ask you once again, in the science of taxonomy, where does kind fit in?
Okay, so you want to know what the definition is? That's what you want, right?
I would like you to define it with in the field of taxonomy, which is the field of classification.
Okay, so I'm gonna answer this to the best of my ability. Number one, a kind is at or above the allele frequencies. As this is my third time in this debate saying that. You would stop talking, you would know that. The second one is I'm not dealing with your chart of opinions because that doesn't count. Sorry.
It's not opinion, it's science.
We must move to the next one. Thanks so much. Appreciate your super chat from Dwayne Burke, who says Steven Steen is GCat's dad. Couldn't agree more, Dwayne. And thanks, Dave Dallafiore. Thanks for your super chat. Said, let's see. The Wandering Musician, thanks for your super chat. Said Nathan just admitted he isn't honest. Huh.
That's nothing new.
He never said that. He never said
That's nothing new.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, you guys are fighting over the screen share.
I'm trying to stop him screen sharing. I've just put it back to normal.
Gotcha. Next up, thanks for your super chat. Fight the Flat Earth said, Nathan's entire argument, this is in their super chat, so thank you, Craig, for your super chat during the stream, says, Nathan's entire argument is I'm too dumb to understand things, therefore it's fake. Nathan.
Exactly.
Are you going to take that, Nathan? Nathan?
He's busy trying to find out how to screen share again when I keep stopping it.
He's busy not trying to take it in jail.
Nathan. Okay, next up. Thanks for your super chat. Brandon Arteline says, it's smooth brain time. I have no idea what that means. I don't know if I want to know. Nathan Thompson, thanks for your super chat, says, I was born with an extra anatomical feature, an extra vein in my heart. Want to say that we don't see new features again?
Is that for me?
I think, yes.
She has veins all over her body. Just because she has another vein in her heart doesn't mean that's a new anatomical feature. A new anatomical feature would be a feature that your body doesn't have. I hope you understand that. Go buy a biology book and go read it, please.
You mean like the armored scales that weren't there before? That kind of new anatomical feature?
You mean
the pineal eye that's no longer there, no longer attached to our pineal gland?
You mean what you imagined? You mean what you imagined?
No,
well, you would have to explain why we both have pineal glands. We share a pineal gland with almost every species of animal on Earth.
That doesn't make a difference.
But for whatever reason you say it's God. You have nothing to back that up. But however, it's an intelligent. No, you're right. I'm sorry. Yeah, well that's where I'm sorry. You're right. Hey,
dishonest.
I said you're right about that. A common designer and
you are dishonest. You are dishonest.
Oh my God! So you can't. That's you said I was a waste of your time just now in your chat. You won't answer my question.
I do want to give the last word to GMan because that was a challenge for him in the super chat. Let's see. Did you have anything you want to add to that, responding to that super chat or team? Okay, gotcha. So, the memes. Okay, thanks for your super chat from RangerMan9404. Says, Nathan, strawman much? Nathan, you can't just... Nathan, where are you?
I'll turn off the memes for a second so that he'll come back and respond.
Nathan?
Oh, he's here. He said he was going to leave, but then he was like, after he didn't talk for so long, he came back on to go, I told you I was going to leave if you didn't stop showing the... Get the fuck out of here, Nathan. Shit. Either get out or join the conversation.
Nathan, if you'd like to respond, you definitely can. And that was from the last super chat. This Ranger Man is accusing you of strawmanning, Nathan.
Yeah, I know. Accusations with no evidence can be dismissed without evidence. So submit your evidence in the next super.
So like your intelligent design.
Next up.
Thank you. Good job.
Next up. Dominic Deinshuber. Thanks for your super chat. Says apes to humans. Said apes to humans equals microevolution. Your evidence.
Is that for me or is that for them?
Apes to humans equals microevolution.
What was that for, Nathan or me?
I'm not sure.
I think that's towards us trying to say that because we can demonstrate microevolution, that's not evidence of macroevolution. But the point that we were bringing was that there is evidence of evolution and even completely new species coming about because of evolution.
Anatomical changes that are occurring within our lifetime that we can observe. Now, the question is when do those anatomical changes stop? You know, we can say, oh yeah, it's one type of wing to another type of wing now, one type of wing that makes noise to another type of wing that doesn't make noise. And then we can say, how do we know that natural selection isn't going to continue to pressure that cricket into maybe losing its wings one day? We don't know that. All we know is what we see right now. And what we see right now is speciation. We see anatomical changes. We see rapid evolution, and we see that across the board. We see it in the animal species. We see it in the animal kingdom, the bacteria kingdom. We even see it in the plant kingdom.
Gotcha. And next up, thanks for your super chat from Josiah Hansen, who said, Project Steve is greater from Descent from Darwin. I'm confused. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
Thanks for your super chat. And by the way, folks, I hope you forgive me, but I know that Craig, Fight the Flat Earth, still wants to have an after show, which is linked in the live chat, and I can throw that in the description.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I was going to chat that if you didn't mind. If you guys want to come along in team, obviously, if you're able to, we're going to just hang on my channel for a little bit after this and talk about the absolute destruction of GMan and Nathan Thompson that has just occurred.
If there is an after show on another channel taking the opposite position, I'm willing to link that in the description as well, just to be fair. So, G-Man, we can't hear you, man. It's super, your volume is really low.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yeah, better.
Okay, cool. Yeah, GTV is going to have an after show, a very brief one, because all I want to say is that the best evidence of evolution is that Nate's stupid and I'm dumb and we're both retarded.
Okay.
They haven't provided nothing since they've been in this room.
Next up, just to be, so in other words, I'm giving everybody a warning. We will not get to read every single super chat. I hope you guys can forgive me. If you are seriously pissed, let me know. I can Venmo it back, but I'm sorry. Like I said, we couldn't guarantee it at the start because we have had a lot, and I do want to respect the speaker's time. And Raptor Hoven, thanks for your super chat, said giggle. Thank you for that. T-Rock66, thanks for your super chat, said G-Man and Nathan talk for their entire opening statements and bring up no evidence. Fight the Flat Earth and Team Skeptic use their opening statement and bring up multiple pieces of evidence. G-Man, is that the way you saw it?
No, the way I saw it was a bunch of name calling, them proving that gators will make gators and fish will make fish. In order for you to prove the common ancestry that I'm related to a fish, you got to prove new anatomical features, and they got to be able to show us in a fossil record. You notice that all they did was show us a picture, and they spent about 10 seconds on that. So again, listen, I mean, you guys are entitled to your opinion.
Did you want us to show you a 50 million year old whale?
I'm still
just out of curiosity.
I'm still a creationist because my experience on YouTube has been that the way they teach is an insult, and they don't actually go about teaching. So that's why creationism will continue to grow and evolution will continue to die.
We've got to move to the next one. Raptor Hoven, again, thanks for your super chat, saying giggle. A lot of giggles from Raptor Hoven tonight. Minus, thanks for your super chat, said brown nose Nathan Thompson and triggered man should have stayed in school instead of holding on to Kent Hoven's donkey ears.
Okay, my response to that is that I did finish school, and I don't think these two did go to school.
I've got two bachelors. I've got two BScs, one in physics and one in nuclear engineering, and systems and vision technology. But whatever.
So to answer that question, I think I did quite fine in this debate. I asked the same typical questions. I got no evidence whatsoever. I'm more than willing to become an evolutionist if somebody can provide me with the evidence. My experience is that all they're going to do is insult us. So if you're just going to insult and not teach, it ain't my fault. You guys, your numbers are getting smaller and smaller.
Next up, thanks for your.
That's funny. You sound just like a flat earther that says, "I'd become a globe earther if someone just presented me evidence of a globe." Every time we do, they don't. G-Man, you're lying.
Gotta get you in the last word just because the super chat was originally against him. So if you want to respond, G-Man, you can. Otherwise, I got to move to the next one.
Yes, I can. Again, if somebody provides me with the evidence for the fossil record and for the anatomical features, I will become an evolutionist.
Thanks for your super chat from Jesus is Lard, who says giggle. What's with the giggles tonight? Rangerman9404, thanks for your super chat, said, is Nathan really accusing others of ad hominem attacks? Or
So
is
I'll
he
just turn off the
looking-
memes for a sec so we can
Or
come
is
back.
he looking in the mirror? Nathan?
You can talk, Nathan.
Nathan,
Memes
we
are
want to hear
down.
from
You can
you.
talk.
Nathan,
Yeah,
are you
if
there?
you want to hear from me, Craig's got to stop posting these memes nonstop.
You did,
Can't
just so you could
stop,
talk.
Just so I can talk. And
Yeah.
then
You look really good in the memes, though.
I've developed I've figured out that there's actually a superpower of how to shut Nathan up.
Hold on, Nathan. Okay, go ahead, Nathan.
I know you get super excited storing pictures of me on your phone, but
It's not my phone.
until that stops, it's not a professional debate. There's nothing you're doing here that's serious. Okay, he can show us giggling man boobs, or he can shut up.
Nathan, there is no debate.
I have a question for you, Nathan. How many times do you look at my picture on your phone and not masturbate?
Okay, I don't even want to know the answer. Next up, thanks for your super chat. Movie Theory says, G-Man and Nathan Thompson already won. Call this already, James. Okay, you guys can respond to that if you'd like.
Yeah, I can respond
They-
to that.
they won the losers award.
I thought that I was going to be taking on some serious people. The sooner I can get
Wait,
back
no,
in,
this isn't for that super chat was targeted at the other gentleman, the other side. So we got to give them a chance to respond.
Yeah, like I said, they won the losers competition. Not my
Yeah.
problem. They don't understand science.
And to clarify, there is no debate. These people are scientifically illiterate and unable to debate because they don't know the facts upon the subjects which they are talking about.
Gotcha. Thanks for your super chat from the wandering musician who mirrors that and says, fight the flat earth and Skeptic won this already. Call this one. Okay, gotcha. If you want to respond now, you can, G-Man.
Yeah, we did win it. It was not even
G-Man,
hard.
G-Man, if you want to respond, you can.
I love it, Fight. I love you, bro.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Yeah. My response is, if you believe name calling is a win for science, then come to GTV.
What did you call me in the pre-show again?
Yeah.
So again,
What did you call me in the pre-show again? Before I called you a name, what did you call me in the pre-show again?
Gotta move to the next one.
filibustering
dipshit.
and grandstanding is not debating. You two people need to
Shut
go
up.
Thanks
Quit
for your-
grandstanding. Shut up.
This may be the last one just because
You're not
Craig,
Team Skeptic.
I wanna
You
let
guys,
know,
you guys are the
folks,
bushwhackers.
Hold on a second, G-Man.
Thank you.
Enough whacking. Just 1 second.
Of bushes?
Yes,
I'm down.
no more bushwhacking. Thanks.
I'm down for that.
Want to say, Craig, I want to give a huge thanks because he is actually in Scotland, so he is way ahead of us. Like 9 p.m. on the East Coast. You guys don't have anything on Craig. Craig, what time is it there?
It's just gone 2:15.
Gotcha.
My wife gave me daggers before she went to bed, knowing that she would be the one getting up with the kids.
Gotcha. What we'll do is I want to maybe read one last super chat, and then what we will do is, because I know that both parties want to have a after show afterward, so I think we'll wrap up after this last super chat. And thanks for your super chat from Dwayne Burke says, fight the flat earth. It's evolution theory, not evolution fact.
Okay, cool. Please go and research the difference between the colloquial usage of the word theory and what a scientific theory is. Every time one of you science deniers say something like that, you prove how stupid you all are.
Next up, I want to say thanks so much, everybody, for being with us tonight. It's been a wild one, that is for sure. I want to let you know, if you have not noticed, I have put the speakers' links in the description. So G-Man's, Nathan Thompson's, Team Skeptics, and Fight the Flat Earth, I've put all of their links in the description. So if this is your first time hearing about them, you can go click and hear more. What are you waiting for? So I want to say thanks so much, everybody, for hanging out with us tonight. It's always a wild one. And but yes, thanks most of all to our guests who have come on. Is they have a lot of channels, would love to have them and get to hear them make their passionate cases. And so we do really appreciate them being here with us tonight.
Thanks for having us on. I had a lot of fun, James.
Yeah, thanks for having me on here, but I won't be going to their channels because I don't believe they can have adult conversations.
Next up.
Oh, we can, but they can't start out with "you're a racist." That's not how an
And then
adult conversation
during the
starts
conversation, you can't then say you are like Hitler. That's not how adult conversations work.
Hey,
you piece of shit.
G-Man, hold on,
not
G-Man.
coming to your channel ever.
Cool.
That's
You won't-
fine.
you won't
That's
be
fine.
missed.
You're not invited. But
Yeah.
can we at least agree that adult conversations don't start out by calling one person a racist?
Before I called you that, sir, I was retarded, stupid, uneducated.
No,
I did not
you
co-
said
no,
you said
I
racist
did
first.
not say that.
You said
I
racist
had
first.
every hold on, G-Man, hold on. Hear me out, G-Man. Hear me out. I had every intention of fucking talking as much fucking possible shit as I could to that fucking jackass who's on your team, but I had never had a problem with you. I know other people have, but I said, you know what? I'm not going to let that affect me tonight. I'm going to try to be cool and courteous, at least to him. I'm not going to give the other piece of shit a fuck my time of day, but I was going to at least be fucking respectful to you. And then you opened up by calling me a fucking racist, which at that point was like, no respect given. Now, here's what I'm going to say. You don't have to come to my channel. I'm not even inviting you, but can we at least agree that having an adult conversation should not start out with one person telling the other person that he's a racist?
Took you about 2 minutes to say that. So here's the thing. My opening statement didn't call you a racist. My opening statement was a video saying that scientists disagree and is doubting.
I'm not talking about the opening statement of the fucking debate, you dumb shit. Answer, listen to the fucking question.
And then what I said
God, you're
was
stupid.
you don't have any evidence
so
of anatomical features. You don't have anything for
You're
fossil
stupid.
records. I believe
You're
that
stupid,
you are probably
G-Man.
one of the
G-Man,
worst.
you're avoiding the point.
You gotta give G-Man
Stupid.
And I am going to utterly destroy you.
He's not
on my YouTube
responding
channel
though,
with the
but he's
facts.
not responding, James.
Oh, no, wait.
responding.
Please do a video on your channel. I need the content. That'd be great.
Unlike
G-Man.
1 second.
Because
Hold on,
unlike
guys.
these skeptics, I actually have people who are actually interested in this topic. And all you guys do is call people names. So you can go to your echo chamber and say whatever you want. We're gonna be back there saying.
You
okay,
started
what
out by
evidence
calling me a
provide?
racist.
You have none. I understand you don't like.
You started out by calling me a
understand
racist.
you
You have
don't
no
like
grounds to
Nathan.
stand on, G-Man.
I understand
You
you
have no
don't
ground to
like
stand on.
Defer to
Nathan.
the other.
I
Otherwise,
just met
okay, you
Nathan
guys, all
today,
right,
and I
I
have
hate to
no
mute you. Don't make
idea
me
why
mute
people
you.
don't like this
G-Man,
guy.
we've been going a long time. Okay, thanks so much. I promised the speakers would be done by 9 p.m. Eastern, so I do want to wrap up. Those after show links I'm going to put in the description for this video. And if you're like, wait, how can I go back and see the video? Remember, you can just search your history. So even while the video is processing, like, because it won't show on the channel, if you need to get that link, which should be in the live chat from Craig at least right now, and then G-Man's link as usual is in the description. So if you go wait at their channels, that's where the after shows will be. So thanks so much, folks, for being here. We do really appreciate it. It's always fun. We will see you hopefully tomorrow for a young earth creationism debate on Adam and Eve